All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Coming at you with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. I want to start with the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 8. For we cannot oppose the truth, but must always stand for the truth. Let's read that again. For we cannot oppose the truth, but must always stand for the truth. And what is the truth? The truth is inside the Holy Scriptures. Matter of fact, let's go get one real quick. Let's get the book of John, chapter 17, verse 17 says, we're going to read it in KJV first. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. In the NLT, make them holy by your truth. Teach them your word, which is truth. Okay? And the truth comes straight out of the Holy Bible. Right? Now, you know, you have this big controversy going on with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is the newest controversy, okay, of how he posted a link to a movie called Hebrews to Negroes. All right, and the truth within that, within the just the title alone. Okay, I'm not even gonna go into the movie because I haven't watched the movie and I'm not gonna watch the movie, right? But let's just deal with the truth within that title. The title was telling you that before you were called Negroes, you were being called something else. Now, they left off the fact that, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans of Negroid and Indian descent, you are the Hebrew Israelites that the Bible spoke of. Now, with you losing your heritage, okay, and through prophecy, through the curses that have befallen us, you are going to be called these different terms. Okay? Now let's prove that. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Let's start at verse 1. It says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy power will give thee, or will set thee, Salakia, or high above all the nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, and thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power. So you read all the way down to the 14th verse, and this is going to all the blessings that you will have if you obey the voice of the Lord. Right? And then he tells you in the 14th verse, and thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. So now verse 15 is another key point. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou will not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So with us being disobedient unto the Heavenly Father, whose true name is Yahweh, that's why you keep seeing me or hearing me say that when you see when we get to the Lord in all caps, which is Yahweh. One of those curses will be what? Not only will we be taken from our homeland, scattered through the four corners of the earth, okay, lose our heritage, okay. Within all these different things that happen upon us, one of the curses was what? The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations where Yahweh shall lead thee. In the NLT, you will become an object of horror, ridicule, and mockery among all the nations which Yahweh sends you. And this is what you see happening unto our people. Wherever we're scattered, we're painted into a negative light. Okay? We're mocked. We're people that are mocked at. We're people that are just used for entertainment purposes. You know, we're not a people treated fair. Even these people that, doing all the shucking and jabbing for Esau Edom, they're not treated fair. You see, you got people with all this money, millions of dollars. Ye, before he lost these different contracts, he was in a billionaire club. But as soon as you speak out and say anything that opposes Esau's so-called truth or Esau's false narrative, then what? Then he's all against you. Right? All bets are off then. If you show any form of rebellion, if you show any form of trying to educate your people to who they are, they use it as they paint this narrative as if you're attacking them. Right? That's what they do. But going into this, right, it says what? You should be a proverb and a byword. And guess what? Being called a Negro, being called black, being called African American, being called Mexican, being called color, being called Spanish, being called Hispanic, being called Puerto Rican, being called Colombian, being called Uruguayan, being called Haitian, being called, a person from the West Indies. All these different terms, being called Indian. These are all bywords that the Lord said will fall upon us. This is a curse. So when you deal with the title of the link that he posted of that movie, and I believe that same guy has a book, From Hebrews to Negroes, how did that take place? These are the questions you need to start answering. How did that take place? Why did it take place? Deuteronomy 28. Read Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. Okay? It just told you why. As I read the 15th verse on down. Look, you're going to be disobedient? Yep, you're going to be scared into all these different nations. These nations are going to overtake you. Yeah, you're going to go into captivity. You're going to be bewailing and mourning for your sons and daughters, because you're going to be watching them get took off. I'm going to strip all the power from you. Okay? You're going to be end up worshiping all these different deities, which your fathers did not know, and so much more. Read Deuteronomy 28th chapter. Okay, so that title, Hebrews to Negroes, okay, that's truth, right? Well, let me add this. Hebrew Israelites to Negroes. Hebrew Israelites to Indians. Hebrew Israelites to Puerto Ricans. Hebrew Israelites to Colombians. Hebrew Israelites to Mexicans, Hispanics, and I can continue to go on. Okay, because we lost our heritage. Matter of fact, it was even told into Jeremiah. Let's get that. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. It says, and we're going to read in both translations. KJV, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to what? To serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. In the NLT, the wonderful possession I have reserved for you will slip from your hands. I will tell your enemies to take you as captives to a foreign land. You're going to lose your land. Okay, and within losing our land, we lost everything. Okay? With being in captivity under these different heathen, after a while, what happened with Jake? They lost themselves. A lot of them became Gentiles. A lot of them became Gentiles willingly. A lot of them became Gentiles, subjectively, being under the rule and under the wicked customs of this devil, of him bringing hell upon Jake. You can read that in the book of Maccabees, how Jake was Hellenized. This is why you see Greeks, Grecians, when you see neither Jew nor Greek. Why? Because they were both Israelites. Right? So it says, for my anger blazes like a fire that will burn forever. All right, so that's the point on that. We will lose our heritage. Matter of fact, let's go into that word heritage. Because what comes with land comes what? You know, your heritage. A heritage was given unto us, you know, upon the land that was given unto us. If that makes sense to you. So heritage, it says a possession, property, inheritance. Yep, that's what we got. A heritage, property, a portion. Let's see what else we got. Properly something inherited. Let's see. All right, so that's the point. Okay. I want to get a quick point. Like I said, this is going to be quick through the spirit. Let me see. It's I believe it's in Deuteronomy. So let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 7. Right? Verse 1 in the NLT says, when Yahweh, your God, brings you into the land you are about to enter and occupy, he will clear away many nations ahead of you. The Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Pezerites, the Hivites, the Jebusites. These nations are greater. These 7 nations are greater and more numerous than you. When Yahweh, your power, hands these nations over to you and you conquer them, you must completely destroy them. Make no treaties with them and show them no mercy. You must not intermarry with them. Do not let your daughters and your sons marry their sons and daughters, for they will lead your children away from me to worship other gods. Then the anger of Yahweh will burn against you, and he will quickly destroy you. This is what you must do. You must break down their pagan altars and shatter their sacred pillars. Cut down their Asherah poles and burn their idols. Yeah, completely get rid of their customs, their manners, their heritage that they had. Get rid of that. Why? For you are a holy people who belong to Yahweh, your God. Of all the people on the earth, Yahweh, your God, or your power, have chosen you to be his own special treasure. All right? So as we are the Lord's people, he set it up like, look, when I give you this land, when I give you this possession that you're going to occupy it in a way, in a fashion that I want you to occupy in it. You ain't going to occupy it in that way. You're not going to, I don't want you to, you're not inheriting their BS. Okay? You're going to go cleanse, you're going to go clean, you're going to get rid of them. You're going to clean these things up. You're going to break down and smash and destroy all their wicked things that they have set up. And we're going to do things my way. Right? So a heritage was, given unto us, which is the law, statutes, and commandments. That is a part of our heritage. It was given unto us a part of what? Of our land. You see? We wasn't just to go to a land, just, okay, you got the land, and that's it. Nah. That wasn't it. There was a way how to live when we got that land. All right? So, that was just a quick hit. I'll come back. Another lesson through the spirit. Lord willing, as soon as I get some time. But I just had to do a quick hit on break. Well, until next time, I want to say shalom.